It's now 7 o'clock. I'd like to call the meeting to order. And a motion to adopt the agenda.
Go ahead.
So moved.
Do I have a motion to adopt the agenda? Do I have a second?
Second.
I have a motion and a second to adopt the agenda. Do I have a motion to approve the
You
meeting
need to have a vote,
minutes?
please.
I'm sorry, what?
Vote, please.
Vote, please.
I'm sorry. Call for vote. All in favor say aye to adopt the agenda.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. Motion have it to adopt the agenda. I have a motion to approve the minutes of the last meeting, the 3rd of October.
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say nay. Motion approved. This evening we have a public hearing on the case of Franklin and Sherry Barb. Matt, you want to take that, please?
Sure. This is a request for a variance to Warren County Code Section 180-23I1 to allow a 40-foot front setback for the accessory structure in lieu of the required 50-foot setback. A 10-foot variance is sought by Mr. Barb. This property is identified on tax map 19H, Section 1, Lot 30. There is no address, but it is located on Burma Road in the Mandalay subdivision, which is zoned residential 1 and within the special flood hazard area. As part of the community assistance visit by FEMA, county staff, and a FEMA representative toward various areas of the county, which were located in the special flood hazard areas, the Mandalay subdivision and North Fork Resort were two of the areas that were scheduled for site visits, and county staff at that time identified this structure as one that was recently constructed without permits and was listed in the CAV report as one that required the appropriate permits. Mr. Barb was notified and contacted the building inspections and planning departments, and shortly thereafter applied for the required permits. It was at this time that county staff identified the cul-de-sac that is platted at the end of Burma Road, which was 40 feet from the front of the pavilion. The variance is required due to this setback, which does not comply with the required 50-foot front setback for an accessory structure in this zoning district. The pavilion was constructed approximately 2017 after Mr. Barb purchased the property in 2014. It was approved for a conditional use permit in 2009 for private use camping, previous owner. When the structure was installed, Mr. Barb was unaware that a permit was required, and he located it in that particular location because he needed some area to park his pretty large recreational camper, and this area allowed him to turn around also and park there. In the time he's owned the lots, he's been issued the conditional use permits. There have been no other violations, and he has made many improvements in clearing the lots, in the removal of a number of trash and debris, and some small structures. Staff does recommend, if the Board of Zoning Appeals approves the variance, that specification sheets for the anchoring and structure of the structure to be provided for the current building and zoning permits. The applicant has agreed to this condition and is actually currently getting some of those manufactured spec sheets available for building inspections to review. This public hearing has been properly advertised. Adjacent property owners have been notified. Mr. Barb is here if you have any questions of him, and I'd be glad to answer any other questions. I'll just point out that we did have a site visit on Tuesday where 3 of you were able to show up, and we also basically, in our packet, we provided very similar photos to what you saw, what was seen on the site visit.
Thank you, Mr. Wendell. Before I open this meeting for public input, Do we have just one person to speak this evening, Madam Secretary, or do we have two?
It depends on if the gentleman wishes to speak. We don't have a sign-up sheet.
This hearing is scheduled so the public, all citizens are free to come and speak. The only requirement is we ask that you come to the front, announce your name and your address so it's recorded into the record. We ask that everybody maintain civility throughout. You're free to express your opinions for or against the petition for this evening. We're welcome to hear your opinion. Mr. Barb, do you want to speak first?
We don't have anything to say, don't we?
How about you, sir?
Nothing, I'm just here to observe.
Okay, you're most welcome to be here. And before we close the hearing, you're free to jump up and put your input. It's all we want is clarity and civility, okay?
Yes, sir.
Thank you for coming out this evening. From my point, we went up, we had a nice visit out there. Everything was well laid out. Mr. Windley took us on a good tour and got us through all the gates. There are quite a few gates, and it was properly posted out there for everybody to see. We have a recommendation.
Mr. Ferry, did you close the public hearing? I think we may need to have that.
Okay. The hearing no interest in speaking or no necessary to speak, I'll close the public portion. Okay, had a good visit out there, a look at the area. It was well prepared. Thank you for taking us out there. Any thoughts and comments from the board members? What they will?
Well, it was fine. I mean, I don't think it will affect anybody to allow this to go forward, so. I can support it.
From my opinion, it was nice, wide open, well maintained, and clean out there. I mean, we've been at some places that are rough and tumble. That was pretty nice out there. Very quiet, very tranquil. Do I have a motion for that?
Mr. Chairman, I move the Board of Zoning Appeals approve the variance request of Frank Barb to allow front yard setback of 40 feet in lieu of the required 50 feet with the placement of an accessory structure, a pavilion, with the condition that the applicant meets all building and zoning permitting requirements for a structure in the special flood hazard area.
I have a motion to approve. Do I have a second?
Second.
I have a motion and a second to approve. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say nay. The ayes have it. It's approved. Do we have anything else coming from the zoning administrator?
We do not have anything moving forward right now or in the schedule or any applications at this time for 2020, but we do have open vacancies coming up. So if you know anybody, we still have applications out there for the empty seat that we currently have as well.
Before we close, I'd like to thank Mrs. Smelser for all you've done for the many, many years on behalf of the...
I feel like a fixture.
Yeah, well, for what you've done for the county and on behalf of the Board of Supervisors. Thank you ever so much for all you've done.
I've enjoyed most of it.
Most of it. There's been some tawny properties we visited. Yeah.
And on behalf of the planning staff, we definitely want to thank Ms. Smeltzer and Mr. Conway,
Yes.
both of you for your years of service, both of you. We appreciate you serving the community. We've enjoyed working with you both. It's been a pleasure.
Most welcome. It's been a pleasure working with planning here. I will say that. It has absolutely been a pleasure.
One more thing, we also have a Christmas luncheon on December 18th from 12 o'clock to 2 o'clock, and you should be getting a memo about that. But it's at the fire hall across the street, and please join us.
Okay. Hearing no further, no further business to come before the board.
Yes, sir.
Anyone want to make a motion for adjournment?
I make a motion to adjourn.
Motion adjourned.
Second.
Thank you for coming out.